Northern plain, next part, that is northern plains are generally described as flat with no variations on its relief. Means we can see very flat, kilometers and kilometers, very flat plain we can see. There is no up and downs in the northern plains, and it is not true. We are saying like that, but it is not the reality. And we can see some plains have diverse in relief, means some are up and some are down, like that features we can see. Even small hilly type or what we can say grassland type areas also we can see there in northern plain. And these vast plains also have diverse in relief features. According to the variation, relief features of the northern plain can divide into 4 regions. Already we divide into to 3 regions according to which where it according to its position. Means Punjab plain, then Ganga plain and Brahmaputra plain, and where it is, according to that we divide into 3. Now we are going to divide again into 4. According to what? According to the variation of relief features. According to the difference in the relief features, we are going 4. Then the rivers, after descending from the mountain, deposited pebbles in a narrow belt of 8 to 16 kilometers in width, lying parallel to the slopes of the Shivaliks. We know where is Shivaliks already, and just after Shivaliks we can see the river is deposited the pebbles or small stone pieces, and that area that is coming 8 to 16 kilometers, and it is known as the Babar, and that area it is known as Babar. We will go back to our map and we will see that which area it is. Okay, we know this is the Shivalik Hills. This is Shivalik Hills, and just after that one we can see 8 to 16 kilometers. There is deposit of pebbles, and that area it is known as Babar. So you may get question like that: what is Babar, or explain about the or details, write details about Babar. Then you can write what all things are included in, how it formed with the help of pebbles, that like that things you can explain. Then next one, all the streams disappears in this Babar belt, because the it is with the help of pebbles, and all the streams will disappear there, and it will go under that. And south of this belt, the streams and rivers are re-emerged. Means the small streams is coming from rivers, and when it is reaching to this pebbles side, it will go through under the pebbles. Again when it is reaching here, again it will start the rivers and streams. Then and re-emerge and create a wet and swampy and marshy region known as Terai. And the second region just after the if you are drawing like this, this is Shivalik Hills. Then after that we can see the pebbles area. Then next one it is coming the marshy area, and it is known as the Terai. It is known as Terai. So first one it is Babar, second belt it is Terai, and this was a thickly forested region full of wildlife. We can see, because it is marshy land, people can't cultivate properly and with much water, and that's why the trees and plants can grow faster and in bigger way, and it is very thick forest also, and that's why we can see many wild animals. Then the forests have been cleared to create agriculture land and to settle migrants from Pakistan after partition. We made that area to cultivable land or arable land, as well as for settlement of people also, because just after the partition of India, Pakistan, many refugees came here to we want to make some place to settle down for that purpose. And locate Duva National Park in this region. That is your homework. You want to locate where it is, the Duva National Park in this area. And the largest, next paragraph, the largest part of the northern plain is formed of alder alluvium, means alder deposit, and it lies above the flood plains of the river, and the presence of the terrace like features. We can see the means like a small slope, like we can see that one. If it is from, this is coming from upside, small slope, and we can see the terrace type. We are getting the plain area, one plain, then just after next plane like the terrace model we will get it, and this part is known as Bangar. All these things we want again in coming lessons even in 10th standard, so keep in mind. First one is Babar, once again second one is Terai, third one is Bangar, and the soil of this region contains of calcareous deposits. Locally it is known as Kangar. Because of the presence of calcareous it is known as Kangar, and the soil type of this area it is known as Kangar. And we can see the many minerals in this area, many mines in this area, many industries in this area that we want to study in next year. The newer and younger deposit of the floodplain is called Khadar. The new one is the younger one, and because of the flood again and again flood comes, that deposit the alluvium, that like that new plains are forming, that is known as Khadar. So we have seen all 5. Once again we will go back to first one and we will see one by one once again. First one it is Babar. Only names we are going to study. Babar, first one. Second one is Terai, and third one is Bangar, and in that area soil it is known as Kangar, and the fourth one is Khadar. So we divide according to the region. So first one we can say one the pebble area, we can make it like the drawings like this. This is a pebble area, then it is marshy land, then the fertile plain, terrace plain, then the young plains forming like this, and this is known as the Babar, and second one is known as Terai, and third one is known as Bangar, and fourth one is known as Kedar. So Khadar. All 4 types we have seen, and they are renewed almost every year. This fertile plain Khadar area, it is renewing every year, because every year flood will maximum they are getting flood even in rainy season and summer season, because of snow melting in the summer season and because of rain in the rainy season, and that's so they are very fertile, thus ideal for the intensive agriculture. What you studied in 8th standard, intensive agriculture means we want to make 2 or 3 crops in that area, and no need to use the modern technology and other things, but we can cultivate many things, and that area it is thickly populated. So in small area we want to cultivate maximum things, like that cultivation is known as intensive agriculture. So that area it is very useful for intensive agriculture, because that area may be for 5 to 6 months only, because it is with the help of flood it is formed. Just after rainy season, after flood it formed, and in the summer flood when comes it may removed. So it is very fertile area, but it is used for not for plantation crop. It is only we can use for intensive agriculture. So what all things we studied today? We studied about the northern plain, and first we divide northern plain into three group, that is Punjab plain, then Ganga plain, then Brahmaputra plain, according to the which river it is forming the plain, according to that. And the Punjab plain maximum area or 75% or 80% it is lies in Pakistan today, and second one that is Ganga plain, that is we have the greater area, maximum area here in India itself, and we can see that is the maximum we are getting the cultivation from that side, that is lies 5-6 states like Haryana, UP, then Delhi, then parts of Jharkhand, then Bihar, the west parts of West Bengal, even it lies in part of East Bengal also. So all this area we can see the presence of plain, and it is very fertile soil. Then again we divide the northern plain into 4 types according to the relief features or the in the type of soil and the formation of soil according to that. And in that first part, just after Shivaliks, we can see the pebbles, means the small stones deposited the and that area is known as Babur, and second one is marshy land where all the streams and rivers it is starting, or means when river is already started from Himalaya, and when the pebble area it will come, it will disappear, means in other way we can say that water will go under the pebbles or in between pebbles, so we can't streams or rivers. Then after that again it is merging, that area it is known as the marshy area, that is known as terai, and there we can see thick forest as well as many wild animals. Then after the partition of India Pakistan, we cleared that area and made it as a settlement area as well as agriculture area for the refugees. The next one we are going to study, we studied already, that is the third one, that is the Bangar, that is the alluvial soil many years before itself deposited and plain formed, that area it is known as Bangar. Then last one, the young one, and with the help of flood it is forming, like that area we are calling it Khadar, and it is very fertile, and because every year it is renewing, every year whenever flood comes, that time it is renewing its deposit and the fertility. That's why we can make use for intensive agriculture farming. We know that one intensive agriculture means what it is. So we are stopping today here, and your homework is draw Indian map and identify the three major rivers of North India. Three major rivers as well as the three plains of North India. That is your homework. Thank you. Have a nice day.